You get to talking about food to a lot of people, it's also a very touchy subject because of what we was brought up on, what our parents ate, what their parents ate, generation after generation, this soul food, processed food, slave food. Somebody know what I'm talking about when I say soul food, was slave food, where it came from. And this is not about opinions, okay? Let's look at biblical history. Let's look at facts. In the beginning, before the flood, we done talked about this so much on here, they wasn't eating animal flesh. Adam and Eve, they had the perfect diet. But then, when sin stepped in, see, it never was about eating animal flesh. I know this video will make a lot of people mad. This is not to down nobody, but just facts. When sin took place, when the Most High sent that flood out, and remember what happened in the flood, family. Look at the crops, look at the field, everything got destroyed. So all your fruits, all your vegetables, destroyed. The Most High allowed to eat meat. It's survival mode time now. They would say back in the day, kill what you're gonna eat what you're gonna kill. But it never was about us eating animal flesh. It never was. Now, it's amazing, in the beginning, it wasn't about meat, but after sin in the flood, the Most High allowed it. But even when he allowed it, look at after the flood, what did he say? But it's still put in place for you to eat fruit, vegetables. Now, you got people that take these scriptures and twist them to say the Most High is okay with us eating whatever we want to eat. We can eat the shrimp, we can eat the crab, we can eat the bottom feeders, etc., man. We can eat the pig, and you see what it do to you. See, just because something look good to you don't mean that it's good for you. And we've been brainwashed. Oh, man, good on the hog, bro. Man, them hot dogs, man, them pork ribs. Man, it's so good. We've been taught that. We've been showed that. We think that's the way we really supposed to have been eating because of what we was taught. But then ain't it amazing when you read Revelation, it don't say nothing else about meat. In the beginning, it wasn't about meat. At the end, it wasn't about meat. So you can argue all you want, people that love to argue, but in reality and biblically speaking, it never was about eating animal flesh. Now look at slavery. They didn't just hang our people. They didn't just torture Indians and Latinos, other people. Man, they ate them. See, that's the history. They don't want the world don't want you to find that out. But if you get them books, you'll know for a fact they wasn't just lynching black people. They wasn't just lynching and chopping up Indians. They was eating them. But we don't want to talk about that. That's why the Most High always had an issue. Peter said, I ain't never ate nothing unclean. Never. That's the reason why he said that. When the Most High laid it out in Leviticus, when he showed us what to eat and what not to eat, do you think the Most High didn't know what he was talking about? He's the creator. If he said, don't eat that shrimp, don't eat the bottom feeder, don't eat that catfish, and we say that's okay. Just like I just said in the video yesterday, when Israel was being fed manna from heaven, they was more in love with the meat. Give me the quail. Now, quail is good. But we have to realize what we living in now, what we call it food, is not food. And the FDA gonna prove pretty much everything and make it look good for shelf life. Let it be able to stay on that shelf and make it look like it can be cheaper than what it is, and it really ain't what it is what you buying. It's all the design. When you study the food chain, it's all the design. It's all the setup. Feed them that so they can get sick. Make sure they stay sick so you can give them that right there to keep them, what? Treat the symptoms, not being cured. They messing with the water. I've been saying this for years. The water is attacked. Everything you're looking at is attacked. The ground, the soil, even if you're growing your own food, soil is being messed with now. They got fake insects here. Y'all heard about this new, well, it ain't new. It's coming from Asia, this Asia ant that's supposed to be in the U.S. now. And when it bites you, that bite, it stings so hard, and it's supposed to sting and hurt for about 30 minutes. Very painful. But if you look at some of these animals, what they call animals now, they not even right. I've been talking about this. I told y'all I've been finding animals in the backyard dead. Squirrels that don't even look like squirrels. Flies that don't look like flies. Weather that don't look like weather. Snow that don't look like snow. People still call me crazy because I'm woke. I'm going to continue to be called crazy. And that's fine. I love that. Don't call me normal. Call me crazy. That's fine. Because we see spiritually what we living in. This food, what they calling food, has never been right, y'all. You look at these chickens now, steroid up. Everything's steroid up. Everything got all kind of chemicals in it, and them chemicals is going right in our body. Why you think the cancer rate is so heavy? Why you think high blood pressure? Why you think high cholesterol? Why you think heart attacks? Why you think stroke? And then add that in with all the bad habits. Man, you can't even afford to put this in your body nowadays when you got, especially when you're dealing with these bad habits of all the smoking and drinking. I'm just trying to wake us up, family. Again, for those who like to listen, this is for you. For those who hate it, keep it moving. This message ain't for you. And people, food is a sensitive topic. And then when you go to people's house, I was just telling my cousin that when I went over her, man, and then it's a temptation. But then if you realize if you eat this stuff that you ain't ate in years and put it back in your body, your temple, your system, man, it's a bad feeling. It tears you up. I always say that about pork. I remember one time years ago when I had stopped eating pork and I tried to eat a rib, 3 or 4 ribs, tore me up. Beef, tore me up. Cheese. See, they saying now that cheese is worse than sugar because what they putting in this cheese is making it so addictive. Look at how many children love cheese. I remember my sister on her, I can't think of her screen name. We used to have them conversations about just eating cheese. Why is it so addictive, eating cheese? Cut me a slice of cheese. Just like the sugar that's in every store. That's worse than cocaine. Sugar is an addiction. And you can go in the store and buy sugar, but you'll get caught with some cocaine and have to do some time. Something wrong with that. I'm going to leave with her. It's something Charlie Murphy said in one of his stand-ups. I remember this, and it's so funny, but so real. Charlie Murphy said one of the realest things, you know, when he said he walked into this little convenience store. You know how it is, the little corner store. He was going in and buy some, you know, some rolling paper. Or he was getting a blunt. He was getting a Philly blunt, I believe. And the man behind the counter said, "Oh, no, we don't sell that here. We don't do that here." And Charlie said he had to laugh. He said he don't sell it here. You know how Charlie Murphy talk. And he said something so real. The Muslim told him, you know how they look. The Muslim told him, "We don't sell that here." He said, "But you're selling bologna. You got cigarettes right there. You got pork." You catch that? They said they wouldn't sell him, what he wanted, but all the stuff that's supposed to go against was in the store for sale. And that's another point I want to make. When you go in these convenience stores, some of these mom and pop stores, you can get pretty much anything in there. The food that they cook, like one by me, been here a long time. They cook the food. They done made a mansion. They done bought a mansion off of the neighborhood, the community. All the scratch-off tickets being sold, all the drink, the liquor, the whiskey, you name it, the cigarettes, the scratch-offs, everything. They done made a killing. But let me ask you a question. Do you think they will live in that same neighborhood where they store was at? I ain't never seen it. And if you seen that, let me know. Hit me up. Love y'all, family. Watch what you put in your temple. I know it's an addiction and it's hard. A lot of people like to tell me, JT, it's just too hard, man. I was brought up on that. Look at how many other things we was brought up on. But it's a challenge also. I always love to challenge myself. And like I tell Didi, if you don't buy it, it ain't in the house, you can't be tempted. That's what I live by. I'm not trying to even tempt myself. When I go in the store, just keep walking. I don't want no soda water. I don't want no sweets. I don't want them cupcakes. I don't want no. And then when you go to somebody's house, "Hey, brother, here you go, man." I had to make my brother-in-law laugh in Memphis. My brother-in-law had them honey buns, man. I saw that honey bun, I had a flashback. And I ain't talking about this new type of honey bun. I'm talking about the old school stuff, fresh out of the bakery. Them old school cupcakes, the real deal that you can't find no more, fresh from the baker. He had a closet full of it. And he came out there with that honey bun, man, I just froze up. Because when I was coming up, boy, the honey bun was big. It was the lick. It was glazed up. We ate it for breakfast with sausage sometime. And I saw that honey bun, I just, I said, get that damn thing out my face. I told him, just like that, get it away from me, brother. The Bible said, don't cause your brother to stumble. Get that honey bun out my face. And then he bit right into it. I said, boy, I'm going to kill you. I love y'all. Shalom.